Hey everybody, it's Wes with All Pistons Garage. Today guys, we're going to be taking the 04 GT over to my uncle's to his lift. We got a major upgrade we're making on it today. Some of you guys have been following and keeping up. I'm going to show you what we're doing, and I'm fixing to tell you what we got and what we're doing. So guys, these GTs, these Mustangs, they come notorious from the factory. They call it with the truck look, just big old wide space right here. So what we've got a complete suspension. We've got a kit from LMR. We got some lowering springs. We're going to drop it a little over an inch, like maybe 1.25 inches to up to 1.5 inches. We're going to replace the lower control arms, new bushings, new ball joints, lower ball joints. Instead of just trying to beat and hammer and press those things out, the old ones, I just went ahead and bought Moog replacements, just bolt them in. We got new Gabriel shocks. We got new struts. We've got a good bit of stuff. So I'm loading it up in the truck, take it over there to my uncle's shop. Then I'll come back over here and get the car, and I'll get started. All right, guys, we got it up on the lift. We're starting to get everything unbolted. Like I say, we got new control arms, lowering springs. We got new struts, new tie rod ends. We're replacing all of it. Guys, there's a million videos online. So many people's done videos on how to do this. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. There's just too many good videos online. Nobody needs to see this for the millionth time. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing and show you as we go along. Got it apart, guys. I'm not in no hurry, just taking my time. Got both A-arms up in there. So also I have the caster camber plates in there. We'll be replacing these tie rod ends as well. So yeah, this is why we're doing it, guys. People ignore that and they go to back out one day and their wheel pops out, crushes their fender, and they're like, what happened? Faulty ball joint, that's what happened. All right, guys, we'll keep plugging away. All right, guys, there you go. Got the brake pads, caliper back installed, springs in, strut, new tie rod ends, new lower A-frame ball joints, bushings, even have grease fittings now on our ball joint and tie rod ends. So, yep, there's the remnants. Yep. Now I'm going to put the wheel well in. I left those out intentionally when I was working on the car earlier because I knew I'd be doing this job. So I'll get the wheel well in, but we've got everything buttoned up, lowering springs in, ready to go. All right, inner fender well liners in. Checked everything twice, made sure everything was tight. Put the tires on it. Now guys, something I really wanted to show you too. Here's the shocks and the struts that come off the Mustang. If you've noticed, they're all in. I pushed every one of them in and none of them extended back out. This thing should be out to here. This should be here. Both struts and shocks were not working at all. I thought that car felt a little rough when I rode on it, and it did, because none of the shocks was working. It was really relying on the spring. So yeah, that made it pretty rough. But guys, when you do your suspension, you need to check your struts and your shocks. I believe those are the factory struts and shocks. They're over 20-something years old. So yeah, whenever you're doing anything to your car, always check your shocks and struts. So guys, there we have it. I can tell a difference. I should have measured for you guys the distance just to see how much it did drop it. You know, my bad on that. But I can tell a difference. I can see that the wheels lifted up into the wheel well a little bit more. You know, obviously I own the car. I've been looking at it a long time. I can tell a difference. And also, guys, we have not drove the car. We only drove it from my uncle's over to here. It's my understanding that once you get it out on the road and, you know, get the car in motion, it'll settle a little bit. It'll even probably drop down a little bit more, and that's fine. I don't need it to go a whole lot more because I have plans for something to go in these spots in the near future you'll be seeing. So it can drop a little bit more, that's fine, but I can tell a difference. So I'll put a before and after picture. I did take a before and after pictures, and I'll put those up now. And hopefully you can see the difference. Now, as you can see, we have the back glass out of the car. The sail panels is off. The reason we did that is we have the glass in here. So what it is, guys, from the factory, there is a piece of molding that goes here, and it actually channels onto the glass. It actually has a channel that fits over. So, and the reason for removing this, ours was really cracked. This one's been under the shelter, but ours was really cracked up pretty bad. Plus, I wanted to have paint. I didn't want it to be taped off right here. I wanted the paint to extend under. And here you can see, guys, where the paint goes all the way and down and under. That's what I wanted. I didn't want the paint to stop here. So when we go back with the new molding, it'll cover the fresh paint, and the paint will be painted all the way to the edge of the roof line. I was able to get it off the car, but you can't get it back on the car because I bent it up, which is made out of like some thin tin or aluminum. It came off, it bent fairly easy, but I did bend it up pretty good. But to get it back on, you must, without tearing this up, you must take the glass out. I hate that Ford designed it that way, but they did. You have to take the sail panels off. And to do that, you have to take the interior parts off. And we had the sail panels off, you know, when the car got painted. But I figured, seeing as how we had to take the back glass out, that was a perfect time to go ahead and pull the headliner out, because the headliner was falling in a couple places. So as you can see, I got the headliner out, and it was easy just taking it right out the back glass with the glass not there. The headliner is at the shop, so it's should be done next week, and I'll get the headliner back in. That'll make it easier to put in, get all the trim panels except for the back. I'll call my glass guy, and we'll get the glass put back in. Got new molding to go around. Also, guys, he said it was a good thing that we did take this glass out. It was actually starting to leak on one of these corners here. Remember if it was this one, but it doesn't matter. You could see on the cardboard of the headliner, you know how cardboard looks when it's gotten wet. You could tell that water had been seeping in the corner. So the glass guy said it was a real good thing that we decided to do that. We'll put it back in, fresh seal, everything, new molding, and we'll be good to go. Guys, this car has to ride better. I knew going over railroad tracks and stuff, I mean, these cars, you know, they're not Cadillacs, they're not Lincolns. They're sports cars, so they're not going to ride the greatest. But I knew going over railroad tracks and hitting bumps, I was like, man, this thing's solid. Well, after you've seen those shocks I took off and struts, you see why. So hopefully with the lowering springs, softer springs, new struts and new shocks, hopefully this thing rides better. And when we get the front end aligned, we'll be able to take it out on the road, and we'll see how much more it settles. All right, guys. That's going to end this video for the 04 GT. I got more things coming. I actually have some stuff in the boxes in there that I'm excited about, but we got to get the front end aligned. Anytime you do suspension work, change any kind of, you know, tie rod ends, any of that. Once you change that, you've disturbed your alignment, and you've got to get it aligned. So we're going to take the car and we're going to go get it aligned, and then we can finish some more of the projects that we got for it. All right, guys, for those of you that's been keeping up with the 04 GT, the build process, I wanted to put this video on here for you to show you what we've done so far. And thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for liking. And those of you that subscribe, thank you very much. And for you, those of you that's been following this build on the 04 GT, thank you. And we're going to keep going forward. All right, guys. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a good one.